For this assignment on the intercultural speech video, I decided to go with the topic of jazz subculture. It just sparked an interest. So the jazz culture originated in the African American communities in New Orleans, Louisiana. It had originated in the early 1920s, and New Orleans is not just a city of music, it is also a city of blended culture, including African American traditions, peppered with European influences, and it is also known for its distinctive celebrations and its food. Jazz originally was intended for dancing. However, with jazz being a main part of the culture down there, it has spread more light to the culture and become more than just dancing music. It created traditions and many more things. Jazz artists tend to use memorized delivery methods to remember the notes, keys, lyrics, sounds of the instruments they use to perform in front of a public audience. These artists can also use mental blueprints to satisfy their needs, giving them a sense of happiness while performing for an audience in the city of jazz. Jazz originated from bringing light to these artists and making them feel good about themselves. Jazz subculture is also very distinguished because if you were to travel to New Orleans, you're at a higher rate of coming across jazz music than if you were to travel to any other parts of the world. This culture can be learned over time. So if you were to move down to New Orleans or go visit, over time you would learn their culture and how they go around every day. If you were to move to New Orleans, jazz would become a normal thing to you and you would hear it often, that it would just be like a normal everyday thing, with it being played in restaurants, on the streets, and just overall being played down there. But you don't have to live in New Orleans to share an interest in jazz music. But the subculture of jazz can be more than just the music when being in Louisiana. Many groups share traditions, such as food traditions, music traditions, and even cultural traits and life experiences. I think the jazz subculture overall is very interesting, and I think that if you were to want to learn more about it and you wanted to get the feeling for it, Louisiana obviously would be the place to go, with all the African American communities and how they all come together and create a big group where everyone feels welcome and everyone feels like they can get an understanding, and where you can just experience it on your own. And I think that with jazz being a main part of New Orleans, it is always gonna be something many people share an interest in. And I think that many people feel comfortable going there.